kind of those first few months to now, like where do you think this program has maybe shifted or changed the most now that it really has the Price brothers touch on it?
Yeah, anytime you step into a new position, transition change, it's so exciting for coaches, for the players, for the school, the community, but also presents some challenges. You're trying to implement some things that may be a little bit different than they've done, and then you're trying to find those things they've been doing really well and continue to improve on those. But the one thing at Grace has been so helpful, from the leadership from the top to the players to everybody involved, the support that we've been given to implement it the way that we feel like is best for us it's just been tremendous. The support that we've had to do those things so that we feel like our goal is to maximize Grace Christian Academy football. And I know it sounds cliche, but I feel like that when you have that mindset, it takes so many people to do that. Obviously, as coaches, we have our role, but administration, players, parents, everybody, and so. But to see how the whole community's been coming together and rallying around our players, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to give them an experience that they have the best time that they can have in 4 years of playing at Grace, and so it's been we're not where we want to be, but obviously the direction we're heading right now is exciting.
Where do you think this team has taken the next step since you guys got to campus?
I think number one is, from a football standpoint, is the ability to execute. Whether it's our offensive schemes, our defensive schemes, is we believe that execution wins. If you're disciplined and you're doing things the right way, on the field with the plays and the steps and all those details that you can get into, is to see how our players have with the mindset to lock in and do those things the right way so that they continue to improve. It's been good. Now, again, we still got some work to do to get to where we know we can be, but just the level of execution you're starting to see, even right now with the 7-on-7s. I know it's not real football, but to see the way our quarterbacks and receivers are starting to work together, and the timing of that's been impressive.
Yeah, and I think the best part about those 7-on-7s is so much of it is kind of on the fly, like you're not preparing for it. And then I think Coach Lowe was talking about it earlier, just how competitive it can get.
Yeah.
What's the most important thing that you take away from those 7-on-7s, especially when it's concerned with your quarterback and wide receiver unit?
Yeah, I think it's just one you kind of see how are they responding to certain situations when it's a little adversity, whether it's a different defensive look or maybe it's a drop pass or we give up a touchdown, whatever it is because football, you're going to face adversity, and really it's not where it's coming to you. It's really now how do you respond, and to see the way our kids have taken those moments didn't go our way, just the way that they kind of went to that next play mentality has been impressive. And obviously you want to continue to work on your timing, get the quarterback to see as many looks, and same thing with the receiver. So it's been fun. Obviously we at some point we want to put the pads on and play some real football, but we're trying to maximize these times we have in 7-on-7s to make us better for August.
Where do you think your quarterback has improved the most, this summer?
The thing about Weston, his skill set's phenomenal. He's 6'5", can make all the throws, but then also intellectually he's so smart, and not just with understanding football, but self-correcting. And that's the one area I've noticed with him quickly was like, you bring in a new offense, and if he did make a bad read early, by the time I got to him, he already knew it. And so when you start seeing the progressive mindset for him to self-correct, I think that's why you've seen him already starting to flourish in our offense, and I think he's due for a big year.
How encouraging is it to, obviously you talk a lot about, or he did, about team chemistry, so now they go out and they're friends, right? They go and have lunch and dinner together. How important is that for this team to have been able to establish that type of bond with each other to translate onto the field? Yeah,
football, it is cliche and you hear a lot, but it's a family mindset, and I think you got to have that, and that comes with, if the only time that they're together is just on the field, it's hard to really get to know who each other are and things like that. But it's obviously they see each other at school, but the way my short time at Grace, starting to see how these kids are always doing things on their own, and I think that starts with great leadership. And when you have guys like Weston and Braden, that they kind of organize those things and get people together, I think it'll pay off for us down the road.
And then on a lighter note, how long did it take for your players to learn who is who?
Well, I say we're probably 50%. Who knows? I think they just say Coach Price or whoever we are answering. But maybe by the end of the season we'll be about 98%.
How fun is that side of it, where you're obviously being able to do it with your twin, with your brother, and kind of have moments like that?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, this will be my 14th year as a head coach, and I'm just not burnt out on being a head coach. You know, there's a lot of responsibilities, and it can be tough at times. You got to deal with a lot of things on and off the field. So for me to have somebody that we can kind of share those responsibilities, it kept me fresh and still enjoying it. We have fun, and yeah. So he's. I figure together we do things a lot better. We're not as good on our own.
Nice. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.